drive to deep left field, down towards the pole. That ball is up, and it is gone.
All right, everyone, welcome to this. Can you believe it, Mason? We are in May 2nd edition of the USAtter Freebirds Weekend Sports Update, where we wrap up and tell you everything there is to know about local amateur high school sports and things going on there. And, hey, in a couple of weeks, this show is going to be all about Freebirds baseball and everything going on. I'm Todd Kuhnen. Thanks for joining us here. Bob Fischetti normally joins us here on the show. He is on assignment, so it's the engineer extraordinaire Mason and myself, and we have a special guest on the phone line, Harrison Shapiro, general manager of the Freebirds. Harrison, how you doing?
Todd, I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
Well, I can't complain. Nobody listens to me when I do, so I'm pretty happy. Right now, tell us, where are you at right now? What are you doing at this moment? I ask this because I haven't eaten lunch yet, and I'm very hungry and very jealous.
Well, this is going to make you a lot hungrier. Yeah, at the Marysville Taco Festival. What a great event and a great celebration of culture here in town. And, God, the food is just incredible. And, come in about an hour or so, I might have myself a margarita to go with it.
That sounds like an awesome Saturday afternoon plan there. My guess is, the festival here is pretty close to our studios here for 93Q, and given the difficult time I had finding parking, it seems to be pretty well attended right now.
That's right. Yeah, a lot of people out here this afternoon, and it's going into the evening as well. And then there's another great festival as well tomorrow over at the fairgrounds, which is sort of like an early Cinco de Mayo celebration. So, yeah, it's just a great celebration of culture here in our community this weekend.
That is awesome. And you're not just there taking it in. The Freebirds actually have a booth there at the Taco Festival here today?
That's right. Yeah, we got a booth. We got a little spin the wheel thing for the kids to be able to play with and win some fun prizes. We're giving away free tickets and some free concession items, some vouchers for some concessions. And, yeah, it's just a great opportunity to really introduce ourselves to the community and talk to people and really see, hey, if you had a good time last year, with the baseball as the high wheelers, we'd really love for you to give us a try this year because we got so many fun and unique things coming this year that'll make it feel totally different.
Yes, so last week I had the opportunity to meet up with you and Jackson, and you gave me a little tour of the facility and everything that's going on there. And you talked about a lot of the events that are going on and events and things that are going to be catered to the kids. Because let's face it, I love baseball and we can sit there, but sometimes 9 innings is a bit of a stretch for an 8-year-old. They want to get out and run around and do things. So walk us through what you have going on out there at the field for families coming out to watch the Freebirds.
Yeah, we have a ton of construction projects. So obviously we focus on some of the key aspects, which is adding shade, adding some cooling spaces. We have these outdoor air conditioners. But the biggest flagship for families is we introduced a new kids zone. We call it our kids corner. It's over in the left field corner there. And it is currently it is under construction, but almost done basically. And it's going to have this huge hospitality tent with this turf on the inside, so you can sit down and eat, play some games, and then we're going to have a bouncy castle and this really fun, another inflatable baseball game, and all kinds of fun things that are going to be happening over there. We're going to have a face painter there every game. So, yeah, it's just going to be a great opportunity for you to be able to send your kids over so they can have a great time, so you can go and enjoy a hot dog and a beer.
That sounds awesome. So the kids will be able to run around and do things. And the thing I liked, and we were actually kind of joking about this, but the proximity to the visiting team bullpen where they're warming up, that's going to add a degree of difficulty for any team visiting, isn't it?
The one thing I love about Bryan Field, obviously it's historic and it's beautifully located right there, but the proximity to the playing field is so special and such a unique part about this ballpark. I've never seen a ballpark that puts the fans so close to the action, and so close, in fact, that if you're in that tent in the kids zone, you could almost literally reach out and touch a player as they're warming up. I don't endorse doing that, but just to give a sense of how close you are. Yeah, I mean, it is really special. So yeah, if you're a visiting player warming up in the bullpen, you might get a little bit of heckling from the kids, which I love.
Some guy comes in with like a 1.2 ERA after one weekend out there in the bullpen, leaves Bryant Field. He's up around 4 or 5. That's awesome.
That's what we like to see.
And then over on the other side, so I guess it would be the opposite side over on the right field. That's where you're going to have what's that? That new. You're building a place where those concrete steps are. It's going to be a raised area for a new attraction over there. That you were talking about food. Sorry, all of my comments are going to go towards food and drink right now. But I may have a one-track mind. But tell us what's going on over there on the right field side.
Yeah, we're building what we call kind of our first base patio. So we are decking over the entirety of that staircase there. So it'll be on the same plane as that cement platform that's already there. So it's going to be one big contiguous space with high-top tables and chairs, and it's open for any fans. So you buy tickets anywhere in the ballpark, you can come sit there, and we're going to have a concession location where we're going to be making street tacos, apropos for today. I'm out here doing my research. And then we're going to have a full cocktail bar. We're going to have beer, wine, all kinds of really fun, great things over there. And again, it's all about just providing different spaces in the ballpark and different ways to experience a baseball game, because the sport and the entertainment around it has moved so much beyond just buying a seat and sitting there for 9 innings. Like, that's just not realistic for most people, and it's not as fun of an experience. So we want to provide as many different areas around the ballpark for people to be able to explore and experience. And this area, especially for the adults, is going to be the hot spot this year. I mean, that's where you're going to be able to find me all game. And if you weren't calling the game, I imagine you'd be over there yourself.
Absolutely. Harrison Shapiro joining us here on the Freebirds weekend sports update here on 93Q. Harrison is the general manager of the Freebirds. And one of the other things that he's walking us through the improvements over there at Bryant Field. Now, one of the things you had mentioned earlier when we first started the show, and you pointed out last week when I was over there, is you have these shade sails that are over SAIL, for those of you that are wondering what I'm talking about. It's like a sailboat sail, but it's really big and provides shade over there in the concession areas where I saw the ones you had there. What's going on with those?
Yeah, what you saw is only one of about, I think, 4 or 5 that we're putting in there. And again, it's all about just providing shade. I mean, it's no secret that it does get quite hot here during the summer, and it was a priority for us from the very beginning to add as much shade to the ballpark, make it a more comfortable experience. And hey, you put more shade by the concessions, makes people want to hang out there more and potentially have another hot dog, another beer, and a number of other excellent concession items we have over there this year. We're really building out our concessions to be much more than just hot dogs. So I'm excited for fans to be able to come experience that and to experience it in a more comfortable, shaded environment.
Now, you were pointing out also that as far as the concession area is concerned, that it's going to be just a little bit different in the sense that you order at one area and then move down the line while in some instances they're cooking your food fresh, and then you kind of work your way down and get the condiments. So is that going to be sort of you order at the one, then move to the right, almost like the way they do it at Subway or some of these sandwich shops?
Yeah, it's not all that dissimilar. I mean, there's a reason why a lot of places do it, because it just works. And it's intuitive for the customer, which I think is obviously critically important. But what it allows us to do is to make the food fresh to order. My biggest pet peeve when you go to a baseball game or any sporting event is, I'll have a hot dog or I'll have a pretzel, and it's just sitting there in a warmer, and it's not actually staying warm, or the bun around it gets soggy.
Oh, yeah.
That's just not the experience we want to be able to offer here to Yuba Sutter. So we're committed. We're gonna make the food fresh to order, and we have a system of doing it that allows us to do it quickly, so that you're not waiting forever. The lines are not going to be long, but it allows you to be able to get a really fresh, hot meal right there. So we're putting a lot of effort and intentionality into how we organize our concessions, and then subsequently also working with some great local vendors to bring some great local food in as well. So we have some great flavors from the community, and it's going to extend so much beyond just traditional ballpark concessions. So I'm excited for everyone to try it. And Todd, one thing I love to do in baseball is to bring food up to the press box there and try to have you taste it while calling a game. Add a little challenge.
I had a parents of one of the ball players 2 or 3 years ago that was great. They brought me up these, at the time this guy made this concoction of his own called tri-tip nachos, and brought it up, and it was sitting there. Of course, what can I not do? I could not eat it, but I could smell it. It was driving me nuts, and it just so happened to be one of those innings where the inning seemed to go on for about 20 minutes, and I think we scored 10 runs. And but hey, I will gladly fall on my sword and let it get cold if it means the team's winning out there in the ball field. That's the sacrifice I make.
I mean, that's a reasonable sacrifice. I was kind of hoping that you could try to call the game in between bites, just to really add the extra challenge to it and make for, it's all about an immersive experience for the people listening to the game. And I think that there's nothing more immersive than literally being inside your mouth as you're chewing on the food.
Yeah, a fly ball to right, munch, munch, munch. And sorry, I got some nacho cheese sauce on the microphone stand there.
We'll bring you plenty of napkins.
That'd be awesome. So that is down there in the concession area, and obviously, is it in the front there? Because I also like to make sure that people get as much, they have the ability to get as much Freebird merchandise as possible, so they can remember the game, they can wear the T-shirts. Is that going to be that front area there? The what I guess used to be. A couple years ago, it was the locker for the ball club that was here, but is that back to a merchandise area?
Yeah, so that's our merchandise stand. I think it was called the Wheelhouse last year. We're going a little bit more traditional with it. That's our Freebirds team store. And it's great because it's an air-conditioned space where fans can, again, move through it in a pretty intuitive way. And we're going to have shirts and hats lining the walls there and lots of great options for people to choose. One thing I really love about our new design is it's both retro and modern at the same time. We definitely lean on some of those traditional 70s colors. It really does pop, but then the integration of it in kind of really unique avant-garde ways, I think, just creates for some really excellent merchandise opportunities. So when you see people wearing it around town, it's going to pop. But in the same way, it's not so outlandish that you wouldn't wear it on a daily basis. So we've been very intentional about how we design our merchandise and then what the offerings are, too. So we're going to have probably, I think it's like 8 to 10 different hat options, similar amount of T-shirts. We're going to have merchandise jerseys. Really a little bit of everything. I'm looking here
on I have my laptop here in the studio, and I'm looking at freebirdsbaseball.com, and I see the color scheme and the logo and that bird that you got there. It looks... this is going to be, just with the colors alone, this is going to be a nice, whatever it is, whether it's a T-shirt or a hat, a really nice item of apparel that it looks like it's going to be a really cool thing to wear around town. Yeah, and then obviously getting great materials too. So I've been in minor league baseball for quite a while, and I've tried damn near every type of shirt, sweatshirt that you can wear, and I've tested all the materials, and we've got some great stuff this year, and a really great mix of items too. So if you like a really nice cotton shirt, we have that. We have poly blends. We got microfiber shirts. A little bit of everything. So I'm all about providing as much freedom of choice to the customer as possible. And then additionally, we actually just got our team hats in, and those team hats are great because we just make sure to order just a bunch of the same ones because we're going to sell those exact same hats in the store. Oh,
so
great.
That means that, you can go in and wear the exact same hats that the players are wearing out there in the field. And like I said, I just got them recently, and I've been wearing them. They are so comfortable, and the logos really pop off of them, and they're really quite a statement piece. So I'm excited for fans to be able to get their hands on them. And then most importantly, we're keeping our prices low. In my view, that's what minor league baseball is all about. It's about affordable family entertainment. So you're not going to go in there and see $50 $50 hats like you would see at a Giants.
Great.
Like we are really laser focused on keeping our prices low, and that extends to concessions and tickets as well.
You know, one of the things that people like to do, that it is natural, especially the kids, they get a favorite ball player, they got somebody out there, and I don't know if the jerseys or anything that they will have the numbers, but it's always great if you can have a ball player maybe sign the hat, sign the shirt, and then it's something that people wear. What's the availability of the ball players going to be like to interact with the fans as they get their favorite ball player and want to follow those folks along?
Yeah, I mean, that's my philosophy with minor league baseball, right? And again, like I always try to compare us to Major League Baseball, but really, like it's a different product. And part of the big difference is access to the players, access to the team. So every single game, not only before, we're going to have a select number of players out beforehand signing autographs, welcoming fans to the game. But then after the game, every single player, as they're leaving the field, will be walking through the crowd. So if you stay late till after the last pitch there, you're going to be able to get an autograph from every single player and coach that comes through. And I've made it clear to the team that this is an absolute paramount expectation for the team, is that they integrate with the community. So not only are you going to be able to see them at the games, but you'll also be able to see them in the community. They're going to be doing these great reading events at the local libraries where they're going to be reading to kids. They're going to be doing school visits, hospital visits. They're going to be out there as much as possible. And same thing with the mascot as well.
That is great. And again, I'm looking at the website here. It looks like one of the things that the Freebirds have planned to interact with the kids is at least one baseball camp, free baseball, softball skills camp for kids age 5 to 12. That's going to be on June 6th from 10 to noon. Are the ball players going to be involved, helping run the camp so that the kids get interaction?
That's right, yeah. And so that one, so that's the MLB Play Ball Camp. We are going to do a number of other camps as well, but this one is made, so we are an MLB partner league, and then this camp is done in participation with MLB, and I've done it every year. And what's so special about it is that it's a free camp. Anybody can sign up and join. And I believe last I checked, I think we've already had over 100 sign-ups for it,
wow.
which is great. Yeah, we want to see as many kids out there as possible. This is such a great event. It is a skills camp, but it's really focused on fun as well. So we'll do wiffle ball games, we'll do hardball games. I mean, it's just a little bit of everything. And every year I do this, it's so worth it just to be able to see the smiles on the kids' faces and to give parents an opportunity to be able to, have their kid have some free instruction, which, baseball, really any sport, everything in life now has become so expensive that to be able to have these opportunities for your kid to learn from professionals and to really have a good time and make friends on the field, like these are invaluable experiences that I'm just so excited to bring to the community.
Yeah, and they're able to build a memory. I remember the first time I got involved with baseball as a kid. It was a long time ago. I was 8 years old, but the first experience that you have there, you really remember it. And it sounds like the Freebirds are trying to make that a positive experience for the kids that get out to the ballpark for this coming season.
Yeah, and we have no limits on sign-ups. So please, if you're listening, and you have a kid that's even has a modicum of interest in baseball or sports in general, please do sign them up and give them a taste of what it's like. And they're going to be out on the professional field with our guys, and they're going to get to see what a real professional experience is like.
Now, the guy at the helm of the team, I'm looking at him here. It looks like he's got a wealth of experience in Major League and professional baseball, and he is managing the ball club. What can you tell us about Frank Gonzalez, the manager for 2026?
Yeah, Frank Gonzalez. So he's actually, I've known him for many years, I think 4 years now. I have worked with him for 3 different years. He is one of the greatest baseball people you will ever meet. Not only is he just an absolutely stand-up guy, truly cares about the community and about the kids, but he is a hoot. I mean, you're going to love him, Todd. He's such a funny, fun-loving guy who really knows everything there is to know about baseball, and he's got a great family as well. His wife is actually she runs a fire station, and then he also has a son that had a 10-plus year major league career. I think he's still in AAA as well. That's Marco Gonzalez. So
yeah.
This is a baseball family, and he's going to be such an excellent addition to our community and to our team here.
And looking forward to having him maybe on this show, definitely on the pregame show that we do, that we'll be doing in the season, to go ahead and sort of add flavor and get folks to really be able to get insights into the ball club.
Yeah, he'll actually be at the Cinco de Mayo event tomorrow. So he gets into town early tomorrow, and then in the evening he'll be at the Cinco de Mayo event. So
great.
Absolutely for next week. And Todd, I know you are so sick of hearing me talk. So it's time to let's get Frank on the show. Yeah, and Frank and I could do it together as well. We have, as he likes to call it, a bromance, and he's just such a cool guy, and he'll be a great addition to the radio show.
Well, we will pencil you in or pen you in for next week. We'll see what happens. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. Get you guys on here. Yeah, you talked about this being a partner league. We're a partner league with Major League Baseball, and I think that anybody that is seeing Major League Baseball this year sees the challenge system for the automated strike zone and what have you. Now that's 3 challenges, I think, per ball club per the game, and it's picking up something that the Pioneer League had been doing last year and that other minor league ball clubs have been doing last year. But as the name suggests, Pioneer, and specifically the Freebirds, they're doing something with the strike zone this year all game long for every home game. What is that?
Well, first of all, you stole my wordplay. I was going to say, because we are the Pioneer League, we pioneered that challenge system to begin with. But that's okay. You're a professional.
Sorry.
So we pioneered that system last year, and a number of things, by the way, too. So we had the pitch clock, and we really tested that system out. Saw an average of about 25 minutes shaved off of game times, and then MLB adopted it immediately. So we really are a development league, not only in the sense that we have players that are developing to make it back into the major league system, but we also test out a lot of new rules and technologies here in our league. So we do have that exact same TrackMan system that they have in the major leagues, and we, keeping with what we've done year over year, we're going to push it a step further here with the Freebirds, and we are going to have full automatic balls and strikes called by the computer system. Now, before you get up in arms about it, the umpire isn't going anywhere. The umpire is still right there calling balls and strikes. There will be no difference to the fan experience in terms of how the game is played, with one major exception, which is that we are going to put the strike zone on the video board for every single pitch all year long. And that's a really special thing to me, because I think that there's a little bit of a disconnect for fans when they watch a game, and it's hard to appreciate the strategy and the battle between the hitter and the pitcher unless you're sitting directly behind home plate at field level, where you can see the movement of the pitch, you can see the location. What this allows is for every fan of the ballpark, regardless of what seat you're in, to be able to see where exactly that pitch was, whether it was inside the zone, outside the zone, how much break it had, what the velocity was, to be able to get all that data. And it's really not just for people that are mired in the stats like you and I are, but it's for the casual fan as well, to get a deeper appreciation for the strategy of the game, and to really see how beautiful the game is when you can really appreciate those finer details. We all love a home run, but I think that this is going to dramatically enhance the fan experience, because you have that deeper connection to how the game is being played.
That voice that you hear is Harrison Shapiro, general manager of the Freebirds, joining us here on the Yuba Sutter Freebirds Weekend Sports Update Show. And you're talking about getting that fan involvement and the strike zone, the automated strike zones. That's going to be up there on the scoreboard out in right field. So as the pitch comes in, everybody in the stadium can look up and not only see pitch location, ball strikes, but they will be able to see other stats, other details about the pitch, like spin rate, miles per hour, speed, all that.
Yeah, that's right. And we're even working on a system now, too, where we can try to show what averages look like, because you see a number like spin rate and it'll be 20,000 something or other, and you're like, what does that mean? What we're going to do is put up MLB average or Pioneer League average, so you can start to get context. So if a guy is really spinning that ball, you can get an appreciation for how talented these players are. I had a pitcher for my team last year who had a spin rate higher. It was higher than the 99th percentile of all spin rates in Major League Baseball. For his slider. So, there's excellent professional talent in this league, and it sometimes can go underappreciated. So I think that this is a way for fans to be able to connect that and to be able to say, hey, I saw this player when he was 22 pitching in the Pioneer League in Marysville, and then in a couple of years he might be pitching in the World Series, which has happened many times coming from our league.
That is great. And one of the things that people can do, I would say a select group of people, if you will, if they put themselves themselves out there or choose to do it. You can have the experience of baseball this year actually coming to your home by having host families host some of the ball players. What is the need there, and how is that working? How's that going to work? And why don't you talk about that just a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So our players are just starting to get to town next week, and what's really cool about it is that if you have an extra bedroom, and that's really all that's needed, it's just a bed. You can have a ball player live with you for the summer, and it's really not too much of an imposition. Not only are they on the road half the summer, but they're also, they're at the ballpark for 8 to 10 hours a day. So they're really not much of an imposition, but they do integrate and become part of the family. I've heard some just absolutely amazing stories of people that have kept in touch with players that they hosted at their home, and then those players make it up to the big leagues and leave tickets for the people, and they really stay in touch for years on years. And it's really special. It's such an important part of the Freebirds family to be able to have these host families, and obviously it comes with free season tickets, merchandise, and a bunch of other really excellent perks that we really want to make sure that we show our appreciation for people that are willing to open their homes to these players coming in. And these guys, they're so appreciative of it. I've been in this league now for quite a while, and if you have a player in a hotel versus a player in a host family, they will say that they want a host family every single time, because it is so special to be a part of a new family and to have that sense of home. So yeah, we're currently still looking for families that are willing to open their homes to a player for just 4 months, and it will create a lifetime of memories.
And if somebody is interested and wants more information, obviously they can go to the website. Looking here, I believe you go to freebirdsbaseball.com and go over to the general information tab at the top of the screen. Drop-down menu comes up there, and there's one that says host families. You can get more information. What's contact information for folks that might just hear it right now and they want to shoot off an email or something like that? Where can they email to get more information about the host family program?
Yeah. Probably the best way to do it is to just email to info@freebirdsbaseball.com.
Okay, so send it to info@freebirdsbaseball.com, maybe put in the subject line host family, something like that, and just ask for additional information, and then somebody from the Freebirds organization will reach out and tell you what it's all about. And Harrison, I guess here, the season is upon us. I mean, the first actual game is, or the inaugural, the opener, I believe, is the 19th of May. But before that, there's exhibition games, preseason games. What do we have there? When's the first time that people can come out to the ballpark and actually see the ball players and find out who's playing for the ball club, get some merch, take a look at the beautiful field? What's going on?
Yeah, so we have a number of exhibition games that we're going to be playing. We're playing 3 different exhibition games on the 13th, 14th, and 15th. But on the 14th, May 14th, we're hosting an exhibition game that is free admittance for anyone that wants to come. We're also going to have free concessions and free drinks, so people can come, really experience everything that we're talking about, and that's the new locations around the ballpark, new merchandise, new food, new beverages, for you to just come and experience it. We want to make this the ballpark and this team a community asset that people can feel a sense of ownership for. So this will be really our first dry run of everything of all of our operations and everything we're doing this year. So we really want people to come out and stress test those operations for us. Candidly, it's just going to make everything run smoother during the year, but it also gives people a chance to come out for free and have a great time. That's going to be a 6:30 game. We're going to open the gates at 5:30, and we have a number of special entertainment on the field as well that we're going to be doing. So it's really going to be just like a traditional Freebirds game like you're going to be able to see all summer, but this will be kind of the sneak peek first look at no cost to anybody who wants to come by.
And for those here in this area, I know I grew up in this area, and I was a San Francisco Giants fan from probably good heavens, the earliest that I can remember. If I was following baseball and 8, 9 years old, it was the San Francisco Giants. I followed them my whole career. Well, if you're out here in the Pioneer League, there are some folks that were in the Giants organization that are part of other ball clubs that are actually going to be here. I'm thinking of JT Snow, the manager for the Modesto Roadsters, right?
That's right. Yeah, JT Snow is the manager of the Modesto Roadsters. They're kind of our close local rival now, alongside the Ballers, of course. So JT Snow is going to be coming to the ballpark. You'll be able to get autographs, and he's just a great guy to be able to interact with. Knows a ton about baseball, and then also. The other new team in California this year is in Long Beach, the Long Beach Coast, and their manager is Troy Percival,
yes,
who obviously had an excellent MLB career. So he'll be coming by frequently as well. I believe our July 4th game is against the Coast. So, please do come out and see all of not only the the up-and-coming talents coming through the league now, but the former big leaguers, big league stars who are coaching these guys. And again, minor league baseball is all about access. So if you want to come out and meet JT Snow, meet Troy Percival, that is going to be available for you. So please do come by and see them.
You know, one of the interesting items of note, there's a ball club that is I don't think they have a home stadium. The travel ball club, the Red Pocket Mobiles.
Yeah, that's right. So So Red Pocket Mobiles is a cell provider, but they are sponsoring a travel team in the league this year. So part of the issue is that with more teams coming down the road, we actually had an odd number of teams this year. So they were going to operate a travel team in order to make it. It's actually it's cheaper for the league to run a whole team than it is to have an odd number of teams in the league. Go figure. So we're going to have a travel team this year. And by the way, speaking of big league players that are going to be running it, the manager for that team is Dimitri Young. Former big league slugger and a great guy as well. And actually, we're going to be playing our exhibition game on the 14th against the Red Pocket Mobile. So if you want to come out and meet Dimitri Young, he's a great guy. Excuse me, he's going to be there as well.
And for those
I'm excited.
Yeah, and for those of you that are have watched San Francisco Giants baseball, they have another Giants affiliated individual, the general manager of that ball club, of the Red Pocket Mobiles. Was that Amy Gutierrez?
That's right, yeah. So Amy G, she is the general manager of the Red Pocket Mobiles, and she is just a phenomenal person. She's going to be out here for the exhibition games as well. And, I grew up watching the Giants as well, just like yourself, and I grew up watching Amy G. So it is so special to get to work with her now so closely. And, yeah, she is absolutely phenomenal. She loves being able to interact with fans. So, yeah, if you come out to that exhibition game, you can meet Amy G, you can meet former big league great Dimitri Young, and then also their pitching coach is Ray King, former big leaguer as well.
Wow.
So, yeah, this league has a lot of talent coming through it, and yeah, I'm just so excited for the fans here in Yuba Sutter to be able to come and meet them.
This season is going to be awesome. So there you have it. You've got quality baseball, high caliber play on the field. You've got high caliber concessions and behind the scenes stuff going on. Events. We're going to have a ton of events. It seems like every home game has some sort of event going on with it. There's going to be fireworks at various times throughout the season. That's kind of been a staple event here at Bryant Field. It just sounds like we've got a lot of things going on that on any given day, you pick a game to come out, you're not going to be disappointed.
That's right. And we have a number of great discount promotions as well. So every Tuesday, we're bringing $2 Tuesday back. So you can get $2 beers, $2 hot dogs, $2 tickets. Every Wednesday, we're doing military appreciation for Beale Air Force Base. We call it Wings Wednesday. So not only is it the wings of the U-2 plane for which our jersey is themed, but we also have a unlimited wings promotion. So and so you can have unlimited chicken wings during the game, which again I'll be bringing up to the booth so you can eat it during the game.
You're just rubbing it in and out because I'm hungry.
That's exactly right.
All things food. Well, Harrison, Thank you for taking time out of your schedule today and coming on the show with us here to tell us everything that's going on with Freebirds baseball. We're going to have another show next Saturday. Again, we talked about that. We'll see if we can get you and the manager on the show here so we can talk more baseball. But we'll let you go and get back to the taco festival down there in Marysville.
Will do. And Todd, thank you so much for having me on. It's such a pleasure getting to talk with you and getting to talk with the community here. And yeah, I'm so excited for this all to start and for fans to really come out and experience what we've been talking about, all winter and spring.
Thanks, Harrison. That's Harrison Shapiro, the general manager of the Yuba Sutter Freebirds, joining us here on the Freebirds Weekend Sports Update. If you missed it, you can catch the interview. This is going to go up on Facebook, on the 93Q Facebook channel, and you can hear that. A lot of information that Harrison was able to give us about things that are going on in the ballpark, in and around for this upcoming 2026 season for Yuba Sutter Freebirds baseball. You don't want to miss it. It's just jam-packed. And again, not to, I don't think we can state it too much. If you want to be part of that, actually part of the Freebird family, and actually have a ball player stay in your home, we're still looking for host families to go ahead and put a ball player up. They pretty much need just a bedroom or a bed. The ball players are on the road for half the season, but in response to that, you end up getting two season tickets for every ball player that you host. And so that's a great opportunity for the family, your family, to get involved with Freebirds baseball and to get out and actually be able to score free tickets for the game and come out and have a great time. As our weekend update name suggests, we do want to get to the goings on of the local high school baseball season that is wrapping up. Playoffs are starting shortly. We have some ball clubs here that are going to be involved in that. Let's take a quick turn. This area is so interesting that we've got, 5-6 high schools that we follow. They play in 4 different leagues, but they're all part of the same playoff section. Let's go ahead and get you updated with what's going on in the Pioneer Valley League. That is where Wheatland High School and Marysville High School play. Now, we didn't have an update show last week, so some of these stats are going to cover the last 2 weeks of what's happening. Wheatland and Marysville, Wheatland stayed the same in the Pioneer Valley League. They've got a lock on third place in the league. Marysville moved up 1 spot from 6th to 5th in the league. Wheatland has, for the league record, they have an 8-4 record. They're 19-8 overall. They have suffered a 2-game losing streak coming in as of today, but Wheatland High School, quick check of what's going on there. Wheatland, the Pirates, will be playing this May 6th against El Dorado in the CIF San Joaquin Section Baseball Playoffs, Division 5. And that's where they're going to be playing. They'll be playing El Dorado, Placerville, out of Placerville. And they're going to be playing that game on the 5th, or 5-6, on the 6th of May, rather. And they'll be playing that at Wheatland High School. That's going to be their opening game. Marysville, on the other hand, is going to be playing at Woodland Christian High School in Woodland, California. They're playing again they're getting started in the San Joaquin Section Baseball Playoffs. Turning quickly then, that's the Pioneer Valley League. Well, let's just stay there with Wheatland. I want to give a shout out to some of the ball players that are really getting it done out there. Brody Michaela, Houston Rodney, those two are batting .435 and .419 respectively. Houston Rodney's really been bringing it on. He's upped his total of doubles to 9 on the season. He's got 5 triples on the season, 3 homers on the season, batting .419. Those are video game numbers, and just Houston Rodney's really keeping them in the ball games there. Kale Nakamura hitting .403. I always love it when you see this. Ezekiel Gutierrez, his batting average has dipped to .389. I mean, there's a problem you like to have, hitting .389, and it's down to .389. I'm sure he'll get things going back in the right direction and raise up that batting average a little bit more. Jordan James hitting .329, and Israel Cortez hitting .297. Over at Marysville High School, Tegan Jung is leading the way at the plate. He's hitting .377 on the year, 2 home runs, 3 triples, 4 doubles on the season, and he's leading the way for the Marysville Indians, and they get their playoff aspirations started here this next week. Turning to the Foothill Valley League baseball, that's where Yuba City and River Valley, our good friend Rob McBain's coaching over there at River Valley. That team scuffled a little bit this year. They are 2-16 in league play on the season, 5-19 overall in overall play. The Yuba City Honkers, they remain in third place in the league, and the Honkers have really been coming on as of late. They're hitting a 3-game winning streak. They've won their last 3. They're 11-7 in league play, 13-13 overall. And the thing about the Honkers here is the play of the stalwarts of the ball club. Brody Miller, again, batting average has dipped to .432. I look over at our engineer, Mason, like, he's just, waiting with bated breath. Is that right, Mason?
Yeah, I know. I know what all this stuff means.
Yes,
highly well versed in the football.
See,
there you go. I don't even know what sport we're talking about. Right?
Mason plays video games, so his idea, you got the gun show here where you kiss Mason's over here kissing the thumbs there. That's the taking out to the gun show there for Mason. Brody Miller is hitting .432 on the year, 7 doubles, 1 triple on the season. Max Guth. Now, Guth hitting .427 on the year. I think Max Guth was the one, pretty much like hit by pitch derby. I think he was the one that got hit by a pitch last year. That gave him first base, and that was actually scored a run and ended up winning it all for the Honkers. So I just recall Max Guth playing last year. Great ball player, back again at it this year. Batting average is up to .427. He's got 6 doubles in the season, 2 triples, 2 home runs. Ivan Perez hitting .344, Josh Dalpaghetto hitting .333, and then Cesar Guizar .270, and Jeremiah Hill at .265, Wyatt Lane hitting .250, Emilio Ramirez .237, and clearly their skipper, Maury Castaneda, has got the Yuba City Honkers headed in the right direction. They will start the playoffs. They're playing Fairfield. They'll be playing at Yuba City High School again. This is on May the 6th. I'm going to see if I can get out there to see that game. That is the first round of the CIF San Joaquin Sectional Baseball Playoffs. Yuba City High School playing there. And we're just looking for great things here. Let's see. River Valley, Rob McBain's has his ball club. They're actually playing Vista del Lago in Folsom, and they're playing on the 6th. That'll be their introduction to playoff baseball here for high school playoff baseball here starting this first week in May. Turning over to Lyndhurst, their season is just about done. They had a rough go of it this year. Had some ball players that were really able to knock the cover off the ball, but just had a rough go of it. I'm certain they're, wanting to get back in the batting cages, take drills, get things going on there. It didn't seem like they had a problem putting runs up on the board, but they did surrender runs, and so certainly everybody over there at Lyndhurst wants to go ahead and get back at it and look forward to a positive 2027 season. And here's what we'll wrap it up. This is, in my opinion, in this area, the big boys on the block. And Sutter High School, the Sutter Huskies, they have it going on. They are riding an 8-game winning streak, only to be outdone by Woodland, that's in first place in the Golden Empire League. Sutter's in second. They've been in second for the longest time. Woodland is in league play undefeated, 18-0. They're 22-4 on the season. Interestingly enough, the overall record is 22-4. Sutter's overall record is 22-4, but Sutter is 14-4 in league play. And so Woodland has a 12-game winning streak. Sutter has an 8-game winning streak. But when you look at the individual numbers for Sutter High School, oh my gosh. Aiden Zwissig hitting .477. Cole Callison, .423. Callison, 9. He's up to 9 doubles in the season, 2 home runs. Zwissig has 1 double, 2 triples, waiting for his first dinger of the season. Jace Cummins hitting .406. Blake Agger, .359 on the year. He's got 9 doubles on the season. Aiden Roche, .356, 8 doubles, 1 triple on the season. Blake Boyer hitting .341. Landon Singh, .320. Singh, I believe, might be leading the ball club over at Sutter High School with 3 home runs. So he's hitting .320. Carter Johnson, .311. He's up to 5 doubles in the season. So Carter Johnson, 5 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs. Singh and Johnson, I think, tied for the team lead at 3 home runs. And then Dalen Duncan coming in at .258. I mean, That is a look at the top 50 in the Golden Empire League. Of the top 50, the Sutter Huskies have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They've got their starting lineup is in the top 50 in the league, and that's probably why they're sitting at second. They start their run in the playoffs. This will be next week, and they'll be playing at Sutter High School against Union Mine out of El Dorado, California. And that game is on the 6th of May, starts at 4 p.m. out there at Sutter High School. So we'll look to see what the Sutter Huskies do. And that's what's going on in the local amateur high school baseball season. We try to get some more local sports, maybe get some girls softball, find out what's going on there, dip in to see what we can go with track. We might have to, for the girls softball, go ahead and give updates because those seasons are wrapping up. But I want to thank Harrison Shapiro for coming on the program today, talking about all things Freebirds baseball. Really looking forward to this season. Again, if you can open your home for a host family, for a ball player, go to freebirdsbaseball.com or send an email to info@freebirdsbaseball.com and make sure that you get out to the season, pick yourself up some gear. A lot of stuff going on out at the ballpark. So, for our engineer extraordinaire, Mason Kuhnen, I'm Todd Kuhnen saying thanks for joining us here on the Freebirds Baseball Weekend Update Show. We'll be back at it next week at 4 p.m. next Saturday. And until then, I'm Todd Kuhnen. Thanks for joining us. Good night, everybody.